show us the edge. Yes. The chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Try to win on every level. Yeah. Expectations high. Gotta show them you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter. Baby, put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa, done seen the walk of shame enough. Wanna see the walk of winning, time to come up and bring out the outlook. Don't every play, every possession. How bad you want it, love, you want it all. This ain't a blood of love, built for something greater. Attacking all obstacles, coming for the ring, my pressure. You got the juice, the will, the heart, the fire. Show them the proof, show them the it shall be done. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all being on this episode of Pelican Postgame Report. What can I report to you on the atrocity that we just witnessed here? And unfortunately, it is what it is. And this one, man, I don't know what to say. The only thing I can say is just y'all bear with me for the next 30, 40 minutes, and we'll get through this thing together. That's all I got. Pelicans, we in this thing. I'm Big Q. I got Lexxah in the building as well. Shout out to you, Lexxah. Appreciate you chiming in. Shout out to the rest of the flock being in the building on this one, man. I listen. What can I tell you, man? Pelicans go down, man. They were manhandled by the Minnesota Timberwolves. This game wasn't a game at all. From start to finish, it just wasn't what it was. We missing a lot of people. What can I tell you, man? A lot of people DM me telling me, Q, how different is this versus last year? It's starting to look like what it was last year. We got players out. Zion was out with personal reasons. We have Herb, his issues, CJ's issue. Some good news on Jose. He should be back, in a couple of weeks, as they said. So, I mean, listen. It does. I don't know, Amy got her hands full right now. She's just one physical therapist in the entire building. She got her hands full. My goodness, man, what can I tell you? But
we need two physical therapists.
Two of them, Lex, indeed. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. The Pelicans have lost 3 in a row. They are now 4-4. And the next team that they're going up against was a team that they beat the hell out of the Lakers tonight. And the Houston Rockets are on a 4-game winning streak as well. So the Pelicans catching these teams when they're streaking. And unfortunately, it's going to be difficult. But we'll see how we all go through this thing. It's still very early on. That's what we can kind of hang our hats on right now, that it's still very early on. And we should gain some of our people back. So, Lex, before we touch on these team statistics, let's give kind of a brief synopsis of what you've seen in the game tonight.
Well, I think what I've been saying, the biggest thing for me, I'm really not liking the energy level. I don't care who's on the floor. I mean, it's like guys just seem like they're too laid back. Like teams that if you don't have a whole lot of talent on your team, why aren't y'all getting scrappy? Like, get more aggressive. Use anything and everything, any ounce of talent that you have, and do something. But I just feel like the energy level is just too laid back. It's just it's like cruise control. There's no sense of urgency. There's no anything. I don't know. To me, I feel like it's a lot of going through the motions, but the energy level is just killing me. I just don't feel like they're going hard. I really don't. I don't feel that way. And I feel like it's been like that. Um the energy has been like you've seen it in certain halves or certain quarters, but just collectively, the energy just hasn't been there, man. I mean, it just like I said, I mean, they might have not have like won this game whether they had the energy or not. Obviously, they didn't have the energy, so they didn't win. But just having it, you never know what that can yield when you just put that effort out there. I mean, guys are getting opportunities. Y'all should be playing like y'all want some playing time, man. Like play the game, play with some passion. I don't know. I just,
Lexxah, play with some edge, man. How about that?
yeah,
This is
yeah, there you go. I mean, it's like, play like you love the game. If you say that you love the game, like this is a dream job for you, I would love to play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be playing my butt off, but I mean, that's one thing that like it helps to trend in the right direction when you just play with that effort and play with a lot of energy. It's just not there for me.
Yeah, this was a sad outing tonight, and of course we knew early on prior to the game that Zion, was out for personal reasons, and then the Pelicans kind of announced that. Then they kind of dropped on us the Jose Alvarado news. They said that his sprained right ankle he sprained it, and they expect him to return to full practices within a week or two. And
It's 2 weeks.
so they saying that McCullum, who was diagnosed with the collapsed the right lung, will be re-examined Tuesday and was shown to have positive healing after images were taken. The team said he'll be evaluated at a later date, so we know what that means.
He coming back in a week, man. We got a physical therapist now.
We need two. We need two, DC.
We need three of us.
Look, she got a lot on her plate.
Good grief,
They
man.
working her triple overtime.
Boy, they should Aaron Nelson around there putting get injured juice in the water or something, man. He a little salty about getting demoted, huh?
Something.
Everybody hurt.
That's a lot of people, DC, early on, man. And welcome into the show, bro. It's just incredible, bro. Let me hit these team stats, fam. Let's get through this because this is not good. Pelicans 36-93 tonight for almost 39%. The T-Wolves they were 45 of 82 for almost 55%. Pelicans were 8 of 28 from downtown, 28.6%. T-Wolves 15 and 37 for 40.5%. Pelicans were a very good 21 of 22 from the foul line for 95.5%. T-Wolves 17 to 24, 48-40 rebound advantage to the T-Wolves, 30 to 23 assist advantage T-Wolves, steals 9 to 6 T-Wolves, blocks 7 to 1 T-Wolves. The Pels did have 17 turnovers, 27 points off versus 18 by the T-Wolves, 13 points off, 20 to 2 on the fast break point. T-Wolves, 56 to 48 in points in the paint battle. T-Wolves. Pelicans had the biggest lead they had was 2. Biggest lead Minnesota had was 31 points. This is one of these games where it wasn't even close. They destroyed the Pelicans in the second half and in the second quarter, 44 to 20, put 44 up on the Pelicans in the second, and then went on to beat them by 21 points period in the game. So DC, let me give you you chiming in, brother. Tell me about these team statistics. I have Lex kind of chiming on individuals.
All right, man. The only team statistic you need to see is we missing 5 of our top 6 guys. So that right there speaks volume. I wish they had a stat up here for energy, like Lexxah was talking about, because it was abysmal. I am encouraged by the free throw shooting, just to point out positive. This is maybe the third game. I've seen the Pels have way higher free throw shooting than they've had in years. So hopefully this is a thing that can stay consistent. But 38% shooting, man. I mean, you're not gonna beat any teams shooting 38% unless you must be the number one defense in the league. Maybe you get away with that, which the Timberwolves are. So they are as advertised as far as their defense. We did lose the rebound battle, but at least not by as large of a margin as it possibly could have been. Turnover battle, still they won it, but technically to me we lost it because a lot of the turnovers they came earlier in the game and bad situations and kind of set the tone, man. We fell off a cliff, and the most important stat to me is the second quarter. And if you want to know what this game was, just look all the way up at the top where they got the score. Look at the second quarter, and you look at 20-44. That's everything right there. We had turnovers, we had bad shots, couldn't make shots, just couldn't get anything going. We allowed them to get 7 block shots. 3 or 4 of them were on layups where we just not conscious that, hey, there's guys behind you trying to block. It's just they didn't have it tonight, man. We were understaffed, and I think like Lexxah said, the energy, man, that was a big thing that kind of jumped off the screen. But I think that follows your coach and your star players. And Willie Green is obviously really laid back. So is Bi. Zion to me is more passionate. He does bring a level of energy when he's on his A game, and it just speaks volumes how much we're missing Jose Alvarado because his energy is very infectious and contagious, as well as Najee. Najee does bring in a level of energy. So just think missing all of those guys and Herb Jones, our defense walked out the building with Herb. So it's just way too much to overcome.
Yeah, that is a lot, DC. When you think about it, man. Herb, everybody that you mentioned, man, this is basically the soul and guts of our team. And then we got a very smooth and cool Bi out there. Very interesting, man. It's this whole injury situation. It's got me just all kind of ways befuddled, man. Judah, shout out to you, Judah. Shaking my head. This team can't be real. Willie Green, thank you for the super chat, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Far too kind.
On the other hand, as we kind of move into the individual statistics, we was able to see a new Pelican player. Was Jeremiah Robinson Earl, I think his name is. Yeah, Robinson Earl. He got us out in the game, DC, Lexxah. He had opportunity to get 11 points and 9 boards from him in his first contest with the Pelicans on a shorthanded team. But Bi led the effort today by the Pels, 24 points in 32 minutes, 11 of 25, 1 of 6 from downtown. He finished with 6 points and 3 boards, minus 24 on the plus minus, 14 from Jayhawk in 30 minutes. He was 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, perfect from the foul line. Finished with 14 points and assists and a rebound from him. And then, of course, you look at 11 from Robinson Earl in 28 minutes. He had 9 boards going with his stuff, 7 from Dyson Daniels in 31 minutes, 5 assists, 4 steals, 3 rebounds, 8 from Valanciunas in 22 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field. Tried a couple of 3-point shots, didn't fall. 8.6 boards for Big V tonight. That's not popping. Off the bench, top scorer was Matt Ryan, 12 points, 26 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. He did have 5 turnovers, but he had 4 rebounds and assists. And Larry Nance played 18 minutes, 6 points, 3 boards, 9 from Darion Sebron in 17 minutes of action, along with 3 boards and an assist there. Not too much to talk about in terms of the Pelicans. And then Minnesota just had it popping. Ant-Man 26, 23 from Karl Anthony, 17 from Gobert. And then, of course, they had some guys off the bench that really helped out. Shake Milton threw in 10 points, 10 from McDaniels. And then the Minnesota just had it going for them today against the Pelicans. And then they just pushed past the Pelicans, man, like they wasn't even there, man. It was basically a turnstile. So, Lex, I'm coming to you. Well, I know it's not much to talk about in terms of individual players, but who in particular that you want to pinpoint here for the Pelicans?
Um, well, obviously the new guy, Jay Robinson. This was his first go round of us, checking him out. It wasn't a great game for anybody, in my opinion. Like I know obviously, Brandon, he did, Brandon things. So, but I don't know. Like I said, the energy just bothered me in this game. Um, but yeah, I mean, just looking at him, he had 11 points, 9 rebounds. He almost had a double double. So and this is his first game with the Pels. So I mean, you can't be mad about that. He was hitting boards. Um, did his best he could to guard in the front court, but obviously, that's a handful when you're dealing with Nas Reed and Cat and Gobert, and then dealing with the switches and all that stuff. But I would definitely have to say him. I think that was just individually a good showing. That we have a guy who can put up a double double. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, when everybody gets back, or I mean, well, I don't know as far as I think we would have to see more of him to determine, if he gets more playing time and then over who. So that's still yet to be seen. But for his first game, I think he did well.
Yeah, it was interesting to see him get up in there and get some burn, and yeah, he was out there hustling, doing his thing, and we just didn't have it, man. Tonight, man, I just wanted the game to get over, man. It just wouldn't the game wouldn't get over. That's what I'm saying. We were so out of it. I just wanted the damn game to end because I know it was just awful, man. It was one of those games that you just want to turn. I turned it off. After about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, I just turned the damn thing off, man, because I knew the Pelicans didn't have it. They weren't playing like nothing. You could tell it was in the body language, and then plus a lot of the players were missing. So we had C. Brian running around out there. We had Jeremiah Robinson Earl, a new player out there. We even seen one of DJ's new favorite Pelicans out there, Cody Zeller. He was out there running around doing some stuff in a few minutes. So, but at the end of the day, man, Pelicans just get manhandled by these people, man. And man, I just DC, do you want to chime in on the rest of this stuff, man? Because I'm ready to about jump to the Rockets preview, man.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to say something. Go on. I'm sorry, DC. I cut
No,
you
you
off, man.
go ahead. You good. Say what you want
No,
to say. I'll
nah,
go after you.
just the first few plays, like, or when they were running up and down the court, you could kind of tell that they lost the game before it started. You know what I'm saying? It was just very, very loud. And I think that start, it's like, did you all believe that you all could win the game to begin with? Because I think that's a big thing as well. I don't know. But just the mentality as far as approaching these games is like, what's going on? And then I also wanted to mention again, like, there was a 40-point quarter against the Warriors. It was 41 points. Against the Nuggets, it was 40, and in that second quarter it was 44. So anytime we get that magical 40 point and up in a quarter, um, yeah, that's never good. So it's been trending here lately.
Well, I think we put a lot of our eggs in one basket. And Lexxah brought up, I guess, somebody who's standing out. I'll bring on somebody who I feel like really let us down tonight. And that would be none other than Big V. I think they had big expectations for him tonight. Hoping that he can get a lot more going, knowing that Minnesota really doesn't score a lot of points in the paint. You do have Rudy Gobert. You do need to wear him down, possibly get him into foul trouble. I think they were depending on JV possibly get some things going, man. And he did absolutely nothing.
Negative 29.
Nothing. No rebounds. Nothing, man. Just a horrible showing in a game where he possibly could have been highlighted. Very disappointed in JV tonight. Obviously, I didn't expect him to get 30 on Rudy Gobert, but come on, 86. Thought you could at least squeeze out 18, 18, 11, 18, and 10. They needed him. No matter what Brandon did, which he didn't play great, but I don't think BI played bad or as bad as you might feel looking at 11 for 25 on the stats. Thought he did about as much as you could do, bearing the circumstances. But we really needed Big V to show up. And another guy that I think jumped out to me is who they shifted to outside of Big V. When we couldn't get anything going, you start seeing more actions and stuff for Jordan Hawkins. And man, they was trying to put the clamps on him. He still wound up with 14 points. They was all up on him, man. One of his first 3-point attempts, I think they fouled him, and he went hit the free throws. This dude is. I was just happy for him to be a role player or like a really good shooter in the league, man. Looking at him and what he's been doing, I mean, Jordan Hawkins in the future might have all-star potential. He seems to be getting better and just adapting to everything out there. You look at him, he's laser focused. He did have the Butterfingers tonight, a few turnovers, but other than that, what can you really say bad about him? He defensively, he's I think better than advertised if people really watch him. And overall, man, I think we got us a good one in this rookie. So shout out to him.
Yeah, bro. One of the lone bright spots, man, in tonight's actually, you talk about something about the Pelicans. Jordan Hawkins getting a lot of time out there. This is his season numbers right now, averaging almost 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, almost 2 assists per contest, field goal shooting at 38.5, 3-point shooting is, what is it, 36.4%, I want to say. That's his 3-point shooting as of right now, 36%. So, I mean, yeah, the guy is definitely a baller for us, man. We have another shooter, and I can't wait for us to get a guy like Trey Murphy back and have him and have all these guys out there and everybody running together to see what this all looks like, and when it's complete. So anyway, let's move on, fam. Let's get to the next one because ain't too much to get with that last damn game. Good Lord. This one here, the Pelicans are going to meet up with the Rockets on the 10th. They're going to Houston. Houston is currently on a 4-game losing streak. They just beat the Lakers, and the Lakers not playing like nothing anyway, but they just really pretty bad tonight. And they are on a 4-game winning streak. So the Pelicans catch another streaking team. Hopefully we'll have Zion Williamson back. They're saying Herb is a game time decision. We'll see all of this ferrets out. But let's kind of go over it, family. Let's talk about it. We'll start, Lexxah, we'll start with you. Let's talk about this, how the Pelicans, and I know we do this our segment, we talk about how the Pelicans need to win these games. But I know you're gonna bring up you gotta play with the edge. They gotta play with some pride. They gotta show that they really want the game. But I think a lot of that's tied to with their roster, who's going to be available too, because perhaps Herb is there. Zion had personal reasons. Hopefully he'll be there. But we definitely need something. They need a mindset change of some sort.
Yeah. I mean, aside like whoever's on the floor, these guys are professionals. Play with some energy. You got to have energy. I mean, get scrappy. Just do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they do have momentum, and talking about Houston, they have a lot of momentum. They're playing at home. This is um the an in season tournament game. So I mean, hopefully that does something because hopefully they can remember their college days and look at this game like that because that's what this game is going to be going towards. But it's like, look, nobody's going to feel sorry for the Pelicans. Houston's not. So, I mean, the least you can do is come out with a lot of energy, match their energy, and just have some fight in you. Play with a lot of heart and a lot of passion. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew who was gonna be available, but like I said, like right now, we're not gonna have everybody. I mean, it is what it is, but like you said, Big Q, you have to have some pride still. You can't just lay down and be a pushover. You can't do that. That's unacceptable. Fan base doesn't even deserve that, man. So I mean, they just got to find a way. Um, Stop being laid back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a 3-game losing skid right now. You know, I mean, don't embrace losing, but fight for some wins, for something. But that's the biggest thing. I don't care who's out on the floor, we already know guys are going to be out. But it's about whoever's out there, go out there and play with the edge. Play with it. Play with something.
Yeah, I got the Pelicans roster right in the depth chart up on the screen right now. Nothing but red everywhere. I mean, it's red everywhere, red every damn where right now. And DC made a great point about Valachunas. Obviously, in this matchup, he moved up to a higher in terms of his priority, in terms of his scoring or option in the Pelicans offense. And 8 points, 6 rebounds is well below what Big V's capable of, especially against a big like Rudy Gobert. I don't expect him to put up big numbers on Rudy, but physically, athletically, they're both right around the same. I mean, he could have done a lot more in this game. But DC, let me move to you on this one, bro. This team right here, 4-game winning streak, they got a lot of weapons, man. Fred Van Fleet,
Mhm.
Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks is there, Jabari Smith Jr., Thompson, the kid off the bench, JCI Tate, and all these other guys, these hustle players. They even got Aaron Holiday on this team. I didn't realize they had Holiday. And Victor Oladipo, he's hurt. Wow. These people got all kind of people on. I know about Cam Whitmore. That's one of our guys. So let's talk about this, DC. What you thought process on the Pelicans beating the Rockets, man? And do they beat the Rockets? And I'm gonna bounce back to Lex and see what's her call on it, because I ain't calling it, man. I called it last game.
You
Talking
you was right. You
I
got
Yeah.
your wish.
Yeah.
actually I wasn't
What's
right.
wrong?
I was wrong, DC, because toward the back end of the show, I kind of moved from my stance, saying that they was going to lose till and remember I started hitting people with the hopium.
Man,
So
nobody remembered that. Everybody remembered you said they was gonna lose. That's what I remember.
okay, cool, all right. So go ahead. What'd you think about this, bro? And prediction afterward.
I think the Pels win, and I think they win because of none other than Zion Williams. Obviously he's out for personal reasons. Many people are speculating his baby is on the way, which is possibly true. And hopefully he'll be able to been and had a successful delivery before before Friday. And if he comes back, I also think Herb will probably play too. I don't think his situation is dire to where it'll be something where it'll take, another 2-3 days. Well, just we only got a day of rest and then they playing Friday. But and because of that, and possibly playing with an edge, right, Lex? Um,
Mhm.
they might have a little desperation, man, a little get up and go. This is
Fire.
the game starting the tournament, so maybe they're not gonna just try to cruise through this one. I think they can definitely beat Houston, man. Houston did put a whipping on the Lakers tonight, though. I think it's like 130-80 or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks is showing that regardless of whether you like him or not, because I don't, that he is a
Yeah.
formidable player, and what he
Yeah.
does impact winning. Because look at Memphis, and then look at
Yeah.
Houston. Their team that's 4-3. Houston wasn't winning anything last year, so this is not going to be an easy game. And our guy, your guy, Cam Whitmore, they're sending him to the G League, Q, so we
Yeah,
don't have
they
to deal
are.
with him. And as of right now, it's looking like passing up on him and getting Hawk was definitely the right decision for us. So
Yeah, indeed, DC. I'm very satisfied with getting Hawkeye, man, and bringing him to the team. And we know, things are going to look a lot better once Trey, Jose, Herb, and everybody else kind of move back into the active roster here. Even CJ McCollum, all of the
Right.
people that he brings. So we missing a lot of scoring power, defensive power right here, and we kind of, just playing with our back of the backup guys. So, man, listen, hopefully you're right with the Zion thing. I'm gonna have to say no to it. I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think I'm gonna have to say no to us beating the Rockets. I think the Rockets are playing some real high level basketball right now. I think
Even though it's the start of the tournament.
I still say the Rockets beat the Pelicans in this matchup. Now the Pelicans could be a lot more competitive than what they were the last couple of games. I still
Yeah.
think the Rockets will end up beating the Pelicans, and just sad to say, and that'll put the Pelicans under 500. But eventually, I think people will kind of migrate back. All of these guys that we had that are hurt eventually will start trickling back to the team, and then we'll start seeing some traction. What you think about that, Lex?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that, but I'm gonna have to flip a coin again. I guess I'm trying to be hopeful, you know, but at the same time, it's like obviously we did need some more help, and getting Zion and Herb back would definitely help with that. Um, I don't know what fires this team up though, and we haven't seen that yet. We just really haven't seen it. You know, everything's just been so up and down, and obviously the lineup is up and down. But I'm hopeful that they win the game. But at the same time, just seeing how they've been playing, how they've been trending, and then looking at how Houston's been trending, I can see how they can get the win as well. So I'm just flipping a coin and hoping that, we can come out with the win.
Yeah, it's Pelicans 3-game losing streak, just like that, just like that. It just that fast. Dallas, of course, is sitting 6-2 in the Southwest. Houston is 4-3. Pelicans slide down to 4-4. Spurs are 3-5. Grizzlies are 1-7 right now. So, boy, that's something interesting there. But anyway, man, we just have to wait and see how it
Hey,
all.
they was calling them the 0-6 Mafia a little while ago.
The 0-6 Mafia. I
You got
didn't.
to play on 3-6 Mafia.
Right. I didn't see that coming, right? I didn't think the Grizzlies would be, 8 games into the season, it would be 1-7. I wouldn't have said that, man. I would probably felt like
Right.
it might have been Houston or something like that, but not Memphis. I thought Memphis, but still a young season, still a lot of games left to be played. So anyway, man, listen, uh, I think it's a loss. Pelicans, I think they'll have to get some more firepower back, and they'll start building going forward. But it's just something to work on. We talked about Willie the other day, ending the show, about Willie Green's temperament. He's very steady in his temperament. He's not a firebrand. He gets fired up, but it's
No, he doesn't.
and again.
No, he doesn't. I can answer that, man. I mean,
Damn.
he doesn't.
I know where Lex is going to take this at, because she said she spoke on this the last show in prior streams. She talks about the temperament of the coach. Now, DC, you did make a very astute observation about the team. About the team has the mindset and the energy of the guy that hits it. And Willie Green is not a firebrand. He's not. He gets fired up every now and again. I mean, like rare solar eclipse type stuff. This is real Willie Green. He gets fired up very rarely, but his temperament. I mean, he gonna have to. I don't know if he can. What if he has to fire whoever he has up? He got to fire these guys up to the best of his ability, and he's not a fuss at you.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. Steve Kerr,
Fire him,
who does Steve Kerr fire up?
Steve.
You
That's a whole
know,
different situation,
I'm,
brother.
I'm just saying we can look at other coaches around the league. I think it's other ways to do it, but he
Tell
does need something in place to get these guys fired up. But he don't necessarily have to turn into like a rah-rah guy, and that ain't who he is. But I don't know, man. You got to know your players and know your team and know how to push those buttons and
Yeah.
the motivating factors of those guys and how to reach them. So it's
Yeah.
a lot of ways you can do that, you know. So he definitely needs to do that. And I could say one thing about him, though. I guess his stoicness, like the players always said, he doesn't get too high and too low. I think they appreciate that about him, and think in the long run it will serve him by not getting overly emotional or too down on himself by what's going on right now. We obviously won't be missing all of these guys that we're missing for the rest of the year, so we kind of got to make it through. But I know, just like y'all, I'm also tired of trying to weather the storm. It's like the Pelicans are always flying through a goddamn hurricane, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying here, DC. It's like however you want to phrase it. This level of energy that they're bringing is not acceptable. They're not matching these teams' energy. They're not doing it.
No, they're
Right.
not.
Even
Right.
if they're and that's a big part of this whole thing. You can't go in there like that. Like you seen them, they just going, bro. They going through the freaking motions right now, dude. They
Would
going
you
through the
would
motions.
you say that this is
That's our guys.
a young team, the
No,
Pels?
I
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't say
You
that.
wouldn't say they're a young team?
No,
Are they an old team?
they're not an old team. They're right.
Well,
I would
What
say,
would they be?
right in the middle?
yeah, I would say they're a middle team. I wouldn't call them young, and I'm not. And I would say they accurately. I would put them right in the middle because
Okay.
really, truthfully, this is the year they have to bear fruit. If they don't bear fruit this year, they're gonna tear this damn team up, man. They're gonna tear.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna completely tear it up? I think they make modifications, but it ain't like they're gonna tear it down to bare bones.
No,
Well, the
not uh,
modifications that they make, they will
it's
be
gonna be one of
major.
the right. It's gonna be one
But
of the stars.
yeah,
One
It
of the
would
stars.
it
because
would
they
it would, it would
first of all,
only
they
be
can't pay everybody.
right. They can't justify going over the tax if we looking like that.
Right.
But
Yeah. I
it would
mean, that's
only
not
be
even good business.
getting rid of Bi or Zion. That would be pretty much the move, I guess. But I'm not one of those people that think those two can't play together, man. It's just a matter of
Right
putting all this
now is
together. Like,
proving it otherwise.
Yeah,
it's not, Alexa, because let's be realistic and think about it. Let's really think about it, because it's like a knee-jerk reaction right now. We've had 8 games. How many games have Zion, Bi, and the whole starting five played together in 8 games? Maybe 2.
it ain't you. You
But
got a couple months to keep saying that same old shit,
I,
man.
I mean, you do, but
Months.
the reality of it is
That's about
we've had 5 different starting lineups in 8 games. So like, I don't know any team in the NBA where everything's gonna look great in that type of scenario.
DC.
So I'm not
even
ready to just
e-
punt on that or say that they can't.
but
DC.
even
What
in the small sample that I've seen, like I'm looking at them like when they're playing off of each other, they don't look comfortable. There's too much hesitancy. Like anything, like it's
they
not,
don't
and it's
play off.
basic.
They haven't
It,
played off of each
but
other
it's
consistently
basic
in
passes. You're telling me you can't
years.
make a basic pass? Like it's just basic things that they're not clicking on. We're not talking about like just I don't know, like the pick and roll. I mean, I don't even feel like the pick and roll between them is effective. I really don't. I mean, I've been looking at it a few times, and it's like, mm, there's really nothing there. I don't know. I don't know. It just it don't look right to look right to me from the small sample that I've seen.
I do get what DC saying, and I've been very patient with the Pelicans. I've been more patient more than a lot of people out there. But there were people ready to tear this team up last year and the year before. But the thing is, it gets to a point where, and this is on the brass here, of them finally getting the people, the health staff right when that should have been something they should have been recognized and remedied some time ago. we we have to call for patience from the faithful once again. All the players that can help you win are currently not in the game. For whatever reason, we have a melody of different injuries that's occurring. We know Herb, and it's a part of the game. Guys get hurt here or there. Jose is out. Trey is out. Herb is out. Zion has his personal stuff going on. It's a bunch of players that are like the guts of the team. Najee, we need these guys to play together to win. And it's really frustrating because the Pelicans core, which is Zion and others, are not there consistently. So it gets to a point where they're going to eventually run out of time. And the faithful is going to run out of time too, because you've been asking them to stay patient for 3-something odd years now. And it's just that message gets old. This is the almost, it's not exactly similar to trust the process bull crap, but man, we've been waiting on this team to realize themselves for years now. We've been dealing with dumb injury situations that the team has not handled correctly, and now they asking for more and more patience. The Pelicans are currently on a 3-game losing streak. They're about to face a hot team. They might have Zion back. We might have her back. Those are game time decisions. We'll see. But in the end, man, it's a lot to ask people. And yes, you're right, DC. It is very early on. But this is definitely a year where they got to put it together. There is no, there's
a lot of pressure.
A
lot of pressure.
Hold
On different levels, there's a lot of pressure.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
It's from Aramis, the super chat, and then y'all can have the floor. He got 2 of them. Okay, let me get one of them. He says, we don't got a talent problem. We got a mental problem. I guess he'd be saying our team seems like mental fatigue. Damn, just that early?
I mean, but it just started.
Although, yeah, and that's what he says. I said Bi and Zion have issues in the fact they score in the same areas. I do believe they can. Hold on, and I think the other one says work together. The issues we run into is we are in year 5 and we've dealt with an influx of injuries. So on top of the fact that we've been patient, it's 5 years of being patient with a duo. We've had injuries after injuries. Thank you, Aramis, for that. And they've been playing. How many games did they play together in all of that time? Maybe like 12 or 13 games. So thank you, bro.
No. That's adding the games.
No, I'm sorry.
My thing with it, it's all gonna come full circle if they can get together by the end this season. But I'm looking at Bi and Zion playing before we got Willie Green. They didn't have a problem playing off of one another, right? When they played under Stan Van Gundy, they were very much like the top scoring duo in the league. That's why Willie Green is running around saying that. That's why Teresa Witherspoon is saying that, because they were, but we didn't have anything else around them at that point in time, right? Yeah, so now we got a team around them.
Bro.
Huh?
Is that the same philosophy Van Gundy ran that this guy's running now?
Van Gundy's philosophy was to play through his stars. So what he did was some of it we still use now because he did not allow Brandon Ingram or Zion pretty much to be off of the floor at any period. Like one of them was always out there. So the whole idea of staggering and all of that started with Van Gundy.
And didn't they play their most games that year?
They played their
Zion
most games
played
with
61
Van
games.
Van Gundy has been sounding the horn on Zion as a guy that needs to play to get in shape and to play to stay in shape.
He
don't need to be missing no practices. All them little knick-knack injuries, let him play through it. That was Van Gundy's whole thing.
Van Gundy went and did his research and went and talked to Coach K.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The blueprint has been there for Zion, and it's like the Pelicans organization is not listening. They're trying to do their own intel, and it's like the intel has already been gotten. What are you trying to figure out?
But beyond that, Lex, before you go too far in that area, what I'm really talking about is bringing that full circle. So we know these two guys can play together, right? We didn't have anything around them. Now,
we gone away from it though. But
we got a lot of pieces.
You talking
around
about
now?
It's Van Gundy system, DC.
No. I'm not. I'm
Hold on.
just talking about.
You comparing the two, and I'm telling you that guy Willie, his philosophy is not the same as what Van Gundy was talking about. If it was, he would be playing on the back-to-backs. They set him down this last back
Yeah,
game.
I know. And I don't
I didn't like
disagree,
that.
but that's not my point. My point is those two guys can play together and they can work together extremely well. Now, meshing that with the whole team concept and the philosophy we have now, and adding a CJ McCullough, those things. Now, when you look at those lineups, right, with Big V and CJ McCullough, I know it's been 5 years, and we say you got to keep waiting. And I'm not one to talk about us keep waiting. I totally agree with everybody being mad about that. But when you just look at the numbers, we're here in game 8. Last year, the starting lineup only played 12 games together. Now we're here in game 8, and they've maybe played 2. So we've got a total of 14 games they played together.
Said, man.
And we're saying, I understand, brother. And I'm saying,
how frustrated I sound, brother. This is the Pelican faithful.
but we ready to get rid of it and saying it can't work, and that everybody's saying all that. I don't see that, man. I don't think we'll know that until right around the All-Star break. If it's still at right for the All-Star break, man, start putting the package together for somebody, because you guys may be right. But I think if they just get some time, man, a 10-game stretch of actually playing together and working through this, we might have some amazing results.
You share his thought process, Lexxah?
As of right now, I mean, they both on the team, so I hope they can get it together. Obviously, I understand that they need more time, but I look at Van Gundy's system, and one thing I do want to say is that Van Gundy had these guys practicing a lot. When you practice a lot, and Antonio Daniels, he talked about this with the Spurs. He said that before they had a 2-week training camp, they trained for a month, and they were going at it for a month so they could get in-game shape. So the thing is like, that's what they used to do, and when they came out, their bodies were ready to deal with the rigors of the season. And when Van Gundy had them practicing, look how long they lasted. They were running suicides. They were grinding in practice. Nowadays, a lot of times they're doing walkthroughs and things, but these guys need to play. If you want to prepare and really like see that competitiveness and things, something or that fire that this Pels team needs, they need to play. They need to go at it in practice so that can translate in the game. Like, I mean, it's
that did get Van Gundy fired now.
Well,
that's the main reason that Zion
you know
and
what?
BI want him out.
But you know what? The guys were playing though. They were playing. You know what I'm saying?
We still in to the playoffs.
Well, I think Van Gundy's voice is very annoying. So if you put that philosophy in Willie Green, his philosophy, and he's a whole lot, I guess, cooler, connects with the players, you have something. But Van Gundy has an annoying voice. I mean, you come on, do a demonstration, DC.
Well, I'm just sitting back eating some Rocky Road ice cream, and I'm listening to you guys talking. You're absolutely right, Lexxah. We practiced hard, and we had Zion out there for 63 games. B.I. played for about 68 or 65. And it was wonderful, but we still didn't do shit. So I had some things I need to get together, but it wasn't those guys. You got to play. You got to let them play.
Can y'all handle that for 82 games?
I know B.I. tuned them out. No
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
he tuned them out. Wow. Sheesh. I was getting annoyed after the 10 seconds.
Gilbert Godfrey coaching.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
brother.
the only reason I could do it. I liked Gilbert Godfrey when I was a kid, man. That's the only reason I could do that impersonation.
That's the parrot.
I mean, shoot, we could bring Avery Johnson up in here. I think I can handle his voice a whole
Oh
lot
yeah,
better.
Avery,
Can
get
you do him?
I don't know, Abe. I can't do it. You might have to get Big Q with that one.
I used to know how to do it real good, DC. I'm out of practice on Avery Johnson, man. I used to do it real good. Yeah, with Avery. But shout out to Aramis. He got another super chat for us. He says, so the patience we've had for 5 years and we're running into basic issues of players who aren't accustomed to playing together is low because it's been 5 years of waiting and they're still in the beginning steps of chemistry development.
that's
Thank you,
true.
brother Eric. Thank you, bro.
I wanna say thank you very much for picking me up and bringing me back to this world.
Yeah, and I just want to say that DC, I'm not mad at you, man. This is the frustration of the faithful that I feel from doing this.
No, man.
Yeah,
This is a safe place. This is a safe place, Big Q.
okay, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. This is we've been doing this for a very long time. You know, we've been calling these people out when it wasn't even fashionable to do. We've been calling them out, and it just gets to a point where and I know it's still it's early on in the season, but even though we missing a lot of our talented players, DC, Lexxah, that does not, and what frustrates me, like tonight's game is there was no intensity, there was no urgency, there was no we're gonna, regardless of the fact that we are we're missing a lot of our guys, we're still gonna play hard, we're still gonna outgut you, we're gonna out hurt you. This is I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a defeated team roll out there going through the motions. It's very frustrating because it's almost like they're waiting for, okay, we just need to kind of make it until we're going to get some of our guys back and then we'll start to make a push for it. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to play hard every night. You get paid to play hard every night. And this is not good basketball to watch. It's very frustrating to see your team go to Minnesota and get their asses handed to them, not because they're just severely less talented than the Timberwolves, because the Timberwolves actually, they outgutted them, they outperformed them, they out energy, whatever you want to say, they outdid it to the Pelicans. They really did. And they just walked clean over them, pushed them aside. And shit, I was looking to see if I could find a post-game press conference from Willie Green. They didn't usually they had it. And matter of fact, it just popped up here. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead,
Damn,
Lexi.
we was that beat down. We ain't even played.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't
I
on.
mean-
Bro. When we first popped in here, it wasn't on, bro. It wasn't available yet. They just did it 20, it's saying 25 minutes ago. So go ahead, Lexi. You about to chime in, then I'm gonna put Willie on here what he had to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that I don't think anybody in here would just let somebody come up to them and just push them and you not have a reaction. You not try to defend yourself. Or if you trip and fall or you're tripping, you're not going to try and catch yourself. I mean, unless you're clumsy, but if you're not clumsy, you're not just going to let yourself fall. And I think, just from a natural standpoint, that's just unacceptable, man. You can't just let somebody do that to you. Man, where's the backbone? Where's the backbone?
Indeed.
So
Yeah, Lexi,
that's just that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And if you, everybody knows who they are. You like to think that, hey, I'm not gonna just let somebody talk to me crazy, or just push me around, like especially if it's a fair fight, or you going at an opponent or something. But golly, man, I don't even know if you can say the word tired. So, because Minnesota didn't look tired. Why weren't they tired? I know they're at home, but even when the Pelicans are home, why did the Pelicans look tired? These are good things to ask. It's like,
are they tired
what's
of
going
the press?
on?
What's going on? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what it is. Like, you can call it whatever, but it's like it's not energy.
Well, they're getting paid. Shouldn't they be happy? They making
Well,
it.
it has to be more than that. The competitiveness, being able to compete. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. It's just
Great ones, Lex.
kind of
The
frustrating.
great ones play. They play for something larger than a paycheck. They pay for legacy. They play for for them, for their names, for them to be mentioned among the greatest. That's not everybody, but that's the greatest ones, the ones that know what it's really about. They play for that legacy. That's what they play for. And
And
we
I'm
not
not just talking about the players. It just seems like on every level. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's too laid back. It's too laid back. It's like, do you all feel anything? I mean, no, they're not robots, but you can't just go out and just look. I can understand, okay, you lose some games, but it's the way that you're losing. It's the way that you're losing. You can't lose like that.
Yeah, they suck, man. They sucking right now. How they losing? That energy is super bad. Here's Willie. Let's see what he had to say. What kind of he had to say about that.
For sure. There's always some positives to take out of the game. Definitely a tough loss, frustrating loss for our guys. The effort was there. We all know we have to do a bit more with guys out, but give them credit. They took care of business on their home floor. They did what they were supposed to do. We'll recover, get some rest tomorrow, and get back after it on Friday.
What did you think of Jeremiah Earl Robinson's performance, especially being put in the starting lineup when he's barely played?
Yeah, I thought he battled. His intentions were right. He tried to play the right way. His effort was at a high level. Just, tough loss for our group.
I think they made 14 threes in the first half. Just what do you see there defensively and some of the breakdowns?
We just let them be too comfortable. And they didn't feel us like they needed to defensively. Got some easy looks, and then they drove the ball and just slung it across the court a few times. So, compromising our defense, we got to be better with getting deflections, high hands, guarding the ball is a priority, and we didn't do a great job of that in the first half.
And how tough is it, I guess, to be conscientious of Rudy rolling to the basket, and then they got shooters out there too to try to do both those things?
Yeah, they do a great job. He's a really good rim runner. He's really good in pick and rolls and diving to the basket. And like you said, they keep shooters space. So you gotta pick and choose. But that's why at the point of impact, guarding the ball is so important to try to keep the ball in front of you. We know we can be better. That's just the deal.
And considering this is, JRE's first time ever playing with you guys, to come in and step in and produce the way he did, how impressive was that?
He was good. He came in. He had a few days of practice with us, and he's very attentive. He knows how to play. He plays the right way, makes the right reads, and the biggest thing is that he competes, and that's what we like about him.
And in general, we talked about JV before the game. How important is it moving forward just to get more production from the bigs? Just Larry and JV were so important for you guys last year, just getting a little bit more from those guys.
It'll come. Right now it's not just the bigs. We want effort and contributions from all of our guys, and so it's always a collective effort, and that's just how we roll.
What did you see from Sebron as well tonight, getting a little bit more run? I think he ended up with 9 points, just getting an opportunity for him as well.
Yeah, DB was good. He knows who he is. He attacks the basket. He's got size and strength and quickness. He uses his speed on both ends of the floor, so we definitely like what we saw from him tonight. Okay.
All right, Coach Willie. That's Coach Willie. Not too long of an interview, a little bit under 3 minutes. So, DC, how you like your boy before we get ready to close out, bro?
How do I like what Coach Willie?
Yeah, Coach Willie, he keeping it. Keeping it.
I'm going to be honest, Q. It was so calm and laid back and lacked any intensity or upsetness. I didn't even hear none of shit. The energy was just,
it's like white.
Deja vu.
I'd have thought we just had a practice or something, or maybe we was talking getting ready for the game on Friday. Like, it just was.
You're so right.
Nothing even happened. Like,
right.
Nah, we didn't just get our ass kicked tonight. We didn't lose by 30. The hell with we had 3 guys out of starting lineup. Okay, you don't expect to win the game. Okay, I get it. But come on, man, we can't act like getting down by 30 is normal and that shouldn't be addressed. Like, how you just gonna be cool, calm, and collected? Like, oh, it's no big deal. While we're on a 3-game losing streak, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta. I mean, Lex pointed it out first, man, and I think she's absolutely right. You just gotta say, like, have some type of fire, man. Everybody's not an angry guy. Maybe you can have some fire and be overly optimistic or some shit. I don't know, but you just can't be. Oh yeah, we came out and guys, and we had some good things going, and man,
There
we
was
got our
nothing
ass kicked.
Yeah.
Well, they did have young guys get minutes, so I did hear that part. I understand that, and he's right on that. But it's like, man, I don't know if you're sending the wrong message, or are we just trying not to kill guys' confidence by getting like overly upset about something? And it's gonna be kind of hard for you to win this game with the circumstances, but just some level of like intensity. Like, that meme with the stick where you're just poking it, like, do something. It's just looking for something, man. It's like, just we dead.
Yeah, this level of energy is becoming a norm, and you can hear it in his pressers. It's deja vu. Last season, I think it was we gotta continue to play with force. We gotta fight, and it's like, dude, things like we gotta do a little bit better. The choice of words, I got a problem with that bit. Huh? You mean a lot? Not a bit, not a little, a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, look, guys that are on the floor, they're still professionals. You know what I'm saying? You guys still know how to play basketball. You can still play with energy. You haven't been deprived of that. So it's just the wording and just the normalcy of this energy level, it's just too consistent. There's no hiatus in it at all. And that's just a problem. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to go out there and curse at everybody or whatever. I know everybody doesn't have that, but I don't know, the little smirk that he does all the time, and the shrugging. I mean, even with even with fouls and stuff, the Lakers just sent in, I don't know if you all saw that bid with LeBron against the Heat talking about, addressing fouls and things. Just with the addressing of fouls on the team, he kind of blew that off. It's like, dang, man, you supposed to, like, especially, for, the best players on the team, you need to be more aggressive about that. I mean, everybody else is. Man, complain to the league office. Step up for your guys. I mean, that's unacceptable to me. And that I'm talking about a presser that, because I remember a lot of these pressers, but he talked about, he kind of blew off, just not getting fouls called. It's like, stuff like that, speak up for your team. The aggression, like, is not there, and the thing is, that does mean something. It means a whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely, Lexa. Now, before we go, fam, they got an assistant coach just popped up here, a special advisor for the Pelicans, and I just got
Mr. Borregos?
no. It just was sent to me. I'm gonna play the video, man.
Is he cussing? Does he sound angry?
No, he's not.
Nah,
cussing.
he sounds just like Willie.
No, it's actually
You know what I'm saying?
it's a guy, man, and he was not cussing. He wasn't saying nothing wrong, but
Was he overly optimistic and happy?
no,
Just
no.
are we getting
No,
any? Are we getting any type of energy?
No, just even keel, like, just norm, like, we just gotta
Yeah,
play within the system, and
it's a touch a little bit better.
What about sarcastic? I'll settle for sarcastic.
No,
It's not
it's
sarcastic.
sarcastic, but he
It's
does say something funny. Is we just was sent the video here, so I'm gonna share it with the faithful, man. This is a special advisor to the team chiming in on it. Here we go. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all can hear it.
What was it about their play that perhaps stands out more than recent performances?
Well, I thought that each one off the bench gave us a little push. Gave us some shooting when we put the second group in. He did a good job with that. And then I thought Ja did a good job. He came in and played well for us also. And, there was guys that didn't make shots or whatever, but I thought we did a really good job of trying to stick to what we were doing game plan wise. And we were going to make Russell shots. And obviously he did with 44 points, but we still thought we could survive that if they weren't drives to the basket. And he really did a good job. He made 4 threes.
Man, why this man look like he about to fall out or something, Rosie? Oh.
But
he shakes a whole lot in his
we played
voice.
so hard. We competed at such a high level, and then when we needed it, we had guys come through. Julius stepped to the line and missed 2 free throws, but he also came back and really kind of made the 2 that iced the game. And I thought Drew was great. He was exhausted. Once again, we'd like to keep him at 35 minutes, but it's hard to do. When you're in a position to win a game, we've got to have those 3 extra minutes from him.
How happy are you for a guy like him going into the break, what he's been through the last month in particular?
I'm happy for all of them. Because to tell you the truth, this whole thing has been a dumpster fire, and it's just hard, for guys. We want guys to be professional and we want them to do this, but it's hard for guys, to go through what they've been through. And
play some Mike Singletary,
to be able to come out and beat
please.
that quality. I'm happy for all the guys. I just thought that
somebody put a drink in this man's hand, bro.
All right, there it is, y'all. The special advisor to the Pelicans.
Oh my gosh. Man, I like Mike Singletary, man. We could use him on this team. We need winners. We need winners. Okay. You can find that. I love that. I love his presser, man.
I see your Pelicans know Alvin, Jack, and Coach entry.
Yeah, he definitely was drinking. Doing
Man,
that.
he had the little what you call that dip he was doing, man. He talking and dipping. What the hell was going on?
I think he was nervous.
Lord.
Yes, indeed. But hey, yeah.
Out in his voice though.
Yeah, it was that, and those years, man. We went through all of that, man. We went through all of that, man. We went through all of that to get to here. So yeah, I know it's been a long. That's what I'm saying, fam. We even went.
You go back to them years, man. I mean, it could be worse,
Yes, indeed, it can be. So anyway, listen, we're gonna get out on that, man. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for chiming. I'm not gonna hold y'all longer than what we're supposed to. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Shout out to all the family members. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We'll be back in a couple of days for the Pelicans matchup against the Houston Rockets in Houston. It's going to be an interesting game. I, of course, say that they will lose the game. I picked the Pelicans, of course, to lose this damn game because, to be honest with you, the Rockets are playing pretty good right now. Who knows? Pelicans could be inspired. We don't know, man. They have to just show us, man. They got to show themselves. They got to show everybody, man, for real. They need a better effort, more energy, more intensity. That's what they need to put out there. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to get out on that. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all. We're going to holler at y'all on the next one. Much love. Go Pels.
Show us the edge, the chip on the shoulders, the fight and the passion that comes from within. Whoa. Trying to win on every level, yeah. Expectations high, gotta show 'em you can fly. Play harder, better, smarter, baby. Put the league on notice. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Play with the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah. Show me the edge, yeah, yeah. Whoa,
listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks,